Yo, everybody, how's it going today? This is Apocalypse Phoenix with Apocalypse Phoenix Says Podcast. How you doing, everybody? Fix that there. Yo, today's episode is Fresh and Fit, while women that are 10's aren't hoes. I started watching Fresh and Fit a good, February, June, good 5 months ago, man. I've been watching it heavily. These guys know what they're talking about. If you haven't heard of Fresh and Fit, you know, it's a men's podcast, a podcast for men. You know, so they say a lot of stuff women don't like because it's for men. You know, they talk to men about how to earn money, how to work on their fitness, and how to understand women. Because as men, that's something that men have to do. We have to understand women. We're the ones that pursue them. We're the ones that, you know, create a household, and we have to learn how to run that household and be a leader, be a provider, be able to go out into the world, earn money, you know, be good at something. You know, we have to build ourselves up. Ooh, excuse me. As men, we have to build ourselves up. And that's what these gentlemen right here talk about, Fresh and Fit. They're on YouTube, Patreon, they're on Instagram. You know, they're all over. They're blowing up. They've gone viral, you know, more than a few times on TikTok for some of their views. But, you know, a lot of times the TikTokers, those little clips, they're the very outrageous shit. So, you know, people lose their shit. But once they actually tune in and listen to what they talk about, the advice they give, a lot of people are like, you know, simmer down and are like, oh man, these guys are talking some real shit. And again, a lot of the information is for men. It's to help out men. And again, that's why a lot of the you know, stuff said on here doesn't vibe with women, with a lot of women and certain groups of women, not all women, you know, in general. In general, when women hear the stuff, even though it might be shocking and harsh at first, they tend to agree after hearing it, you know, and getting all the points and everything, and hearing the true statistics, because these guys use a link tree, you know, where they have all their stats from all the studies and everything they've got, and a lot of the studies are from the U.S., you know, Census Bureau and Department of Justice, so they are real, just straight up facts, you know, no politics involved. It's just straight up facts of what's going on in America, and when it comes to like happiness among married couples, single women, single older women, men, older men, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So they're really on top of their shit when it comes to their podcast, and you know, that's why I fuck with them. That's why I stay heavy, you know, catching their episodes. I like to catch their live episodes. So, you know, if I want to chime in on the chat, you know, I'm chiming in, you know, with a lot of other people that are watching live. And, you know, that's what I want to do too. You know, with this podcast, I'm going to get set up to go. I'll be able to go live, do podcasts, you know, every day, listen to the chats and all that good shit. So, you know, I'm building up. Yeah, so this, again, we're going to get started with this clip. And before we get started, you know, I want to say, you know, we give all thanks to the Most High. Thank you, Father God. You know, all things are possible. In your name, Jesus Christ, you know, amen. Thank you very much, God. You know, so with that good energy, let's get things started. This is Fresh and Fit, why women that are 10's aren't hoes.
Because here's the thing, though. I always laugh women to give themselves 10's, etc. If you're really a 10, then you're a supermodel and you should be married to an A-list athlete. You're not.
Yeah. You know, they talk about the delusion of a lot of women these days. Yeah, you ask any girl walking on the street, even if she's a baddie, but yeah, you know, or even what they like to really bring up is, you know, you ask an average woman on the street, hey, what are you, 1 to 10? You're gonna get 10's across the board. Every woman's a 10, you know. I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm 10, I'm 10, I'm 10, I'm 10, I'm 10, I'm a 10. And they're like, no, how everybody walking around isn't a fucking 10. Like, you know, you're not all 10's. Like, in reality, what would you really give yourself? And a lot of women can't answer that. their answer is 10, and it's a lot of because of what they hear every day, you know, and with all the social media, fucking just guys all up in their DMs, every picture they post, so hot, so beautiful, blah 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 blah. Marry me, I'll do anything for you, blah 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 blah. Like imagine, as a man, imagine you got that every single day, just everywhere you went. Oh, you look so good. You're so handsome. Hey, you know, women just dropping in your DMs. I want to have your babies. You know, marry me. You know, I'll do everything for you. I'll cook, clean. I'll be the best wife. Like imagine if every day, every hour of the day, you just got messages that were like that. You know, you would think then you were a 10 too, but just because that's what you think, don't mean that's what reality. Because if you haven't been taking care of your body. You know, not even if you're saying you're obese, but you know, you got some little love handles, little pudge stomach. You know, like you could work on that. You could be working on that. Guys too. You know, get the little man tits. You know, fucking their beer bellies. You know, and they want baddies. They want fucking hot girls. You know, it goes for everybody. It goes for everybody, man. If you're not putting in the work, and you fucking know you're not doing it. You know, don't go, you know, crying about it, man. Do something about it or accept it, you know. The good thing is you can fucking do something about it. But, you know, not every woman walking around, you're not a fucking 10.
Not though. And women, the thing is, women is that they arbitrarily give themselves their own scores. And if your score was really that high, you would be married to a high value guy, but you're not. So therefore, that means you clearly... And
a dude of fucking guys... Like, you know, because now girls hang around with guys, you know, hey, my guy friends and shit. And the real guy friends that have come to the conclusion, I don't want to fuck this broad, man. I ain't going to fuck this bitch. They'll tell a bitch. Or say you're hanging around, you know, or girls hang around their brothers, cousins, you know. Like, we'll tell you, hey, we'll even tell you, you're a 4, you're a 5, you know, maybe even down because we're being nice. Hey, you're a 7, whatever, right? Even with honest fucking men being honest with you, telling you your real score, you know, people that are related to you, being real with you, you'll still argue, no, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. You're like a 30-year-old single mother, you know, with 2 kids. You live in an apartment, paycheck to paycheck. You know, you're slightly overweight. You're not a fucking 10.
You have to work on yourself. But women love to give themselves perfect scores all the time and say that there's nothing wrong with
me. You want me to write myself.
But men, though, what I've come to realize with men is men operate in reality. Men understand, yo, I'm a fucking loser. Like, I don't see... Here's the thing. There's a difference between men and women. I'll never see a dude that lives with his mom, is a fucking bum, fat, etc., pizza grease on his shirt saying, yo, son, I deserve a bad bitch. Yeah. And then all his boys around him like, yeah.
Now, do they want a bad bitch? Yup. We all want a bad bitch. But you can want all day long. It ain't gonna get you nothing. You can sit on the fucking porch of your house or sit down, you know, playing that video game all day, not exercising, not going to, you know, public fucking events like a farmer's market, fucking local concerts, local festivals. There's so much shit going on everywhere nowadays. You know, that if you're the one keeping yourself inside, you can want all day on that couch a fucking 10, a bad bitch, you know, to walk in, fucking just drop to your knees and start sucking your dick, you know. You can want that all you fucking want. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. And men know that. And so, yeah, like he's saying, you know, guys that are fat, living at home, when they don't have a girl at home, they accept it. They're like, oh, you know, I'm a fucking loser. I'm fat, you know. I'll eat more Twinkies, you know. I'll eat more Twinkies and just keep playing this game just to keep satisfied, you know, to keep my existence going. You know, because who knows, one day they might catch a spark. The Holy Spirit might enter their body and they might want to change. So, you know, they'll keep going, you know, they'll keep going down the destructive route until they hit rock bottom or not. But they know that they don't deserve a bad bitch. They know a bad bitch will never come and want them. So what Myron's saying here is that fucking women will be that overweight dude, the equivalent of an overweight fucking fat loser dude. But they will really think that they deserve a 10 they will be sitting and fucking crying about why aren't 10's, why aren't these men that are fucking, you know, working hard, taking care of their body, you know, doing what they're supposed to be doing. They want those guys to stop what they're doing and fucking like treat them like queens. You know, that's delusion. That's not gonna happen. Never. It might happen in the movies. It's not gonna happen in real life. And that he's saying, you know, y'all women, or if you guys that are watching this, you know, women don't understand that because of all the shit that they always got incoming. You know, every fucking second of the day telling them that they're goddamn perfect.
Yeah, nigga, you deserve a bad bitch. You go, king. We don't do that shit. Go. We
Yes,
got a bunch
king.
of fucking whales out here, chicks that look like dog shit, saying, yo, I deserve a top tier man. Yeah, you go, queen. Oh, and you know what I'm talking about, queen. You see those fucking whales in the club thinking, yeah, it's single ladies. Oh, no, what the fuck? Y'all need to go back to the gym. Women gas each other up and lie to each other all the time. Hold on, let me finish. So they don't live in reality, bro. And they lie to each other and perpetuate this fucking bullshit narrative like, yo, I'm perfect, I deserve a high value man, and they're 300 pounds. What the fuck? But men, if I'm a fat loser, etc., my friends are gonna clown me. I'm not, you.
I like Myron when he goes on his rants. That's Myron. That's fit. Fresh is over here. You know, he got his ideas and his views. He chimes in. He's from, he's from the Caribbean. So, and English isn't his first language. So, you know, but he's taking classes. You know, he's doing what they talk about. English isn't his first language. So he kind of has a stutter and doesn't really understand all the aspects of English. Yeah, he's only been in America like 5-10 years or something like that. But at least he's working on it. You know, there are people that move to America and they still don't speak English. You know, there's a guy over here at this at the gas station that I go to. You know, when I hop off the freeway. There's a Chevron right there, and I go and buy Swishers, you know, and I'll be telling the dude what's up. I know one day he was asking me and shit, like, hey, yo, like, hey, can I hang out with you? I want to get bitches. You know. But he had to tell his homie to tell me, interpret and shit, you know. And as I started, I was like, hey, I got you, bro, you know. Fucking, you know, hit me up on Instagram, you know. I'll fucking help you out, man. I'll let you know what's good. And as I'm thinking about it, one of the top things that occurred to me to tell him, like, hey, if you want to get bitches, you know, this is how you got to do it. Number one, you got to learn English. You're in America, you know, you're going to be talking to English women. You're going to be talking to women that speak English, like, so you're going to need to speak English, you know, and that's not taking away from your heritage or anything like that. But I mean, what are you going to do? You want them to all speak your language? No. So, you know, one of the top things is learning to speak English that I'm gonna tell this dude, and that's up to him if he wants to do that or not. And that's gonna be up to him if he's gonna be able to then work on getting girls, you know, because he needs a couple other things that I'm gonna tell him to do. You know, fitness. He's gonna have to work out. You know, get his money right. He works at a Chevron. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna need to make some moves or do something if he's gonna want to get out of that job. You know, especially if he wants to get some bad women, you know, what do? I work at Chevron, you know, I'm a cashier at Chevron. You know, women are gonna be like, I don't, you know, can I build a family with this guy, you know, on a Chevron salary? So, you know, there's work on his money, you know what I'm saying? So there's a few things I'm gonna tell him that he needs to do, that's for every man. And so, yeah, so that's what these guys are doing. You know, they're both multimillionaires. So him not speaking English, he learned coding because he came over here, was working in fucking like manual labor jobs, fresh. But he went to school, he learned a trade. I was just talking about learning a trade, you know, in my last video. Because you can learn a trade without having to go to university, and with that trade you can get the experience, and then you can create your own job, you know, and then become a job creator. Get money that you can invest in real estate, you know, invest in stock markets and shit for your future, all that good shit. So yeah, you know, so these guys are both millionaires. Fit, used to be a federal agent, but they were making moves and had started stacking money, you know, in the early 20s. So now that they're 30, they have money and they're continuing on. And with that experience and everything, that was what led them to making this podcast. And, you know, so now they become the top men's podcast in the world, and they're doing very well for themselves in this area. And that, and you know, and it all came from their knowledge that they learned on themselves and with making this podcast. So the stuff that they're talking about, they're well versed in it. They know what's up, and they're living it. So this information that they're giving, they're living it. But that's why too. That's why you'll hear Myron, you know, talk a lot more than Fresh over here. But that's just kind of where the podcast is. But one of the reasons is because, you know, Fresh is still working on getting better at his English. But again, he's working on it. So he you know, you gotta live what you're talking about.
You'll never catch a bum ass nigga that loses his mom. That's a loser and knows he's a loser saying, "Yo, I deserve a bad bitch." They just take what they can get
He's
because they
still
live in
gonna have a
reality.
bitch though.
So
He's still gonna have a bitch.
Probably not.
But
She
she's still gonna have a bitch.
She ain't gonna be bad.
And if she does, it's like a chick, a step, you know, a single mom or something like that. A chick slightly out of shape, fucking bitch that got attitude, don't want to listen to you, you know. Probably, you know, once you get together, the sex goes away. She used to suck your dick. She don't want to suck your dick no more. Now that she knows she got you. You know, you only settled because you just were lonely and wanted some pussy. But now that you got some pussy kind of on a regular basis, you're over here fucking looking around like, man, I want to fuck something else and shit. And you're fucking whack at it because, you know, like I said, you're not a guy that really tries. You're not a guy that really puts in effort. You're just kind of doing the minimum. So when it comes to cheating, you're doing the minimum. And she finds out you're cheating on her, you know. And why are you cheating on me? Because you're a mediocre broad that I settled with. And same for you though. But you're a mediocre dude that she fucking settled with. You know, like both of y'all are fucked up. That's why the shit don't be working. Whenever a bum dude gets himself, you know, a chick, it's because they just got together because they're fucking lonely. Like no other dudes were really trying to lock her down. There's probably a couple dudes that are willing to fucking bang on her, but they don't want to make her their girlfriend. You're the dude that came along that does want to fucking make her your girlfriend. You fucking fell in love with her, you know, and so the reason why you fell in love with her is because she's the only girl that's giving you some pussy within the last year or two or some shit. So, you know, you go to start being a simp immediately. And I know because I went this route fucking a few times, you know. But I've also played the dude. I've also been the dude too where I just had the chick and all I did was go over her house just to fucking nut in her mouth. You know, have her swallow. You know, then I fucking, you know, just to make her feel good a little bit. I'm sticking in, pump her, give her a few good pumps. Before I went soft, and I was like, all right, peace. You know, so I've definitely been on both sides, and I know now not to be going back and forth. You know, never be a simp, never be a fucking simp. But that's what a lot of you guys are, and that's why a lot of these relationships just drag on. They're fucking so sad to watch. You know. The guy fucking is all simping, worried about what his girl thinks and what his girl's gonna do, if his girl's gonna leave him or if his girl is mad at him. And his girl's over there just fucking disrespecting the fuck out of him, not being a real woman, not helping out, not fucking giving them a plate, not telling him she loves him, you know, and fucking being loving and caring and shit. No, it's fucking like mad disrespect and mad simping going on, and then that's why these relationships don't work. People just get together and break up, you know. Shit don't work because, you know, like she said, a broke dude can get a girl, but what kind of girl's gonna want to be with a fucking broke, sad dude? That's her only option.
How do you know that a woman hasn't turned down what you would consider a high value man based off of his, you know, income and anything like that? Like, what if she just didn't want to be with that motherfucker because...
What does that have to do with the argument, though?
What I'm saying is, like, you said that if you are a 10, this is exactly what you said, right? You said if you are a 10, then you should definitely be married to a high value man.
Yeah.
This is what you said.
Yeah.
So if you are a 10 and you're not married to a high value man, how do you know that she didn't just turn down that those motherfuckers? Maybe she just doesn't want to have a fuck, don't want to be with somebody.
You want to know how? Because I know that the female biological imperative is to find the best man and lock him down in some type of security. That's why.
Definitely not every woman.
Okay.
Some niggas,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
This
If
is
I lined up,
Miami.
okay, hold on. Here we go with the exception to the rule. If I lined up 100.
Yep. So you see what happened there? He gave a precise, direct answer, and her way, her logic, the way to deal with it was to bring up some fucking off the wall fuck shit that really has nothing to do with it, trying to explain and then making up what he said, not really fucking like saying it back like word for word. She just like says it vaguely of how she took what he said, and then she throws out a fucking stupid ass scenario out there that's supposed to be like, haha, gotcha, and women always try to do this, guys, so fucking watch out for that shit. Watch out for those gotchas, because it's like, yeah, that might be true for that fucking one specific, thing, but that's not the way it fucking goes. That's not the way most people live their life. Where, what they talk about and what most men talk about is, generalities, probabilities, not possibilities. That's what these guys like to say a lot. We go off probability, not possibilities. So fucking. Here's his response to her fucking dumbass question and shit.
100 women. 90 of them are going to want a stable relationship with a man of value that they admire and respect and want to be monogamous with that man and get security from that man. Women.
See, admire and respect, and that's why most women treat their dudes, like the way they do, because they don't fucking respect them. They got with them because that was like their best option. They felt like they needed to fucking have a man in their life. They needed it, and this was the best. You were the fucking best option that they could take of getting locked down. Again, I'm sure there's plenty of dudes that would fucking just be over there in a sec, bang them, have them as their little cum dumpster, their little fuck buddy. But you were the only guy that wanted to wife her up, and so she just fucking accepted it because you're the only one that wanted to wife her up out of all the guys that just wanted to fuck. And that's why she treats you the way she does, because she don't respect you, because you're not the fucking guy she wanted. Especially if she has children from another dude. Guess what? That's the fucking guy she wants. That's the guy that she's fucked. That's why she's so mad and irritated. And oh my God, I wish I had that nigga. Why am I with this nigga? I wish I had that nigga, the father of my kids. I wish I was with that nigga, living a happy life, but with his fine ass, he's such a fucking asshole. Always wanting to fuck other bitches, fuck him. But here I am fucking stuck with this little fucking motherfucker. And that's why they don't fucking respect you, man. Because they don't love you. You're the fucking, you're just the best option. The bottom of the ladder. You're the bottom of the ladder and shit. So fucking, you're the guy that would pay for their kids, pay for the apartment, pay for her car, so she, with her job and her money, she can get her nails done, and she can stay buying, buying herself gifts and all this shit, and buying the kids shit and saying shit for the house, never buying anything really for you, while you're taking care of her and her kids, and she knows she got a sucker, and even though you're doing all these nice things for her, but again, you're doing it because out of Synth Mode. That's why you do all this shit. You feel like it's your duty as a man and shit, but it's really out of Synth Mode because you're like, oh, I don't want this pussy to float away. Please, pussy, don't go. Please, pussy, don't go. Even though I only get it like once a week now or some shit like that. All the fucking like lust is gone. Fuck that shit, man. So I'm gonna stay single and I'm gonna get me a good girl and shit, a girl that loves me. But I know I have to build. I have to be something. And it does consist of having a lot of money in the bank just sitting there. It does consist of me having some money in some funds that I'm tucking away for retirement. It has to do with me having some money in the stock market. It has something to do with me investing in real estate properties. It has something to do with me getting this channel, blowing up on a level to where I'm earning like a decent income from it, and I may be able to do other shit because this isn't the only thing I do. I also do music. My name is Apocalypse Phoenix. My album is called Meet My Ego. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all the music streaming platforms. So I'm working on that. So me getting the girl that I want, kind of woman that I want, I know I have to be a certain level of man. So I'm single right now and I'm fine with that. I'm not going to settle, and I'm not going to spend any of my time on a woman that's not going to be the woman that I'm with for the future. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've been with women, man. I've slept with over 200 women, man. I'm 43. Slept with over 200 women. I've been around the block. You know what I'm saying? I've been from here to New York, Puerto Rico, and back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just because I've played a simp, parts of my life, it doesn't mean that I'm a simp. My dad was a real player. He was a real, handsome man. He was fucking that's all I ever heard of my dad. Your dad is so cool. Your dad is a fucking cool dude. He had charisma. He was funny. He was attractive. He was a real, alpha male. As all these words are getting thrown around now, but he was a real alpha. He knew what the fuck was up and shit, and he lived his life as such. And he was a drinker, and a womanizer and shit. So I saw that and I learned that from him. So I've been a player most of my life and shit. As soon as I started fucking liking girls and dating and shit like that, it was like player mode and shit. And then I'd find a girlfriend, and then it'd be simp mode. But I know it's because I was brainwashed by society and the way just being raised by a single woman. And then I'll also see it too, because it's weird. They say like in the Latin cultures, it is very like machismo, male dominated. But there's also a lot of fucking that strong woman thing, in the Mexican and also in the black culture. You see like you got to be a strong woman. You got to be a leader as a woman type shit. It's it's weird because there is a lot of that machismo shit going on in the fucking Latin culture. So I was real brainwashed. So like it was crazy. I'd be a simp. I'd be a fucking player. Then I'd get a girlfriend and I'd fucking turn into a simp. But then them player ways could never stay down. I'd fucking toot, and I'm a handsome man. Again, I'm my father's son. Handsome, charismatic, intelligent. Very funny and shit. I've been a student athlete my whole fucking life, ever since I could walk. Before I could walk, my dad was a Golden Gloves boxer out of the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember as a child seeing my dad work out, and me raising my daughter. Every time I dropped for push-up to do workouts and shit, my daughter was right there doing that with me. So I know as a child, I was doing that shit with my father. And as soon as I can remember, I was in wrestling and fucking playing sports, every fucking sport out there. I was playing it, football, basketball, baseball. I ran cross country, did wrestling, and fucking excelled at all of those. Was top, 5 all throughout my whole life. So, I've been a student athlete. I've been on top of my shit. So, again, grew up watching my dad be a player. So my whole life when it came to girls, I was a player. But I always felt bad because I was told it was wrong. It was wrong to date multiple girls. It was wrong to sleep with multiple women. It was wrong to want women like that and see them as these beautiful sexual creatures. I always felt bad that I was doing that because of the brainwashing. And so, I thought the answer was to get a girlfriend. So I'd look for a girlfriend, looking for love and all that shit. And then I'd get one. And the things that got me the girl, me being independent, me being fucking stubborn, me doing my own shit, me being like worried about my goals and my life purpose and shit, staying on my fitness, you know, focusing on my finances and growing, you know, my money, the things that got me the girl, I would stop doing once I got the girl, because I thought that you fucking had to like defer everything to a woman. You know, that's the way I was raised, you know. And so that's how I thought when I thought you have to get into a relationship. Being a player was bad. You should feel bad for it. And so I would become a simp. What do you want, babe? It's all for you, babe, 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 babe. What do you, hey, babe, I got you. You know, you don't got to do nothing, babe. You know, type of nigga. And now the shit that I know now, that's the shit that would turn off. That's the shit that would turn that bitch off. You know, she would lose attraction for me, and then she fucking would want to leave or start acting stupid, disrespecting me. And then that play on me would be like, nope, I ain't having this. I'm gone, bitch. Or I start looking around, start cheating, and then she'd be like, oh, you cheated on me, and she'd want to get gone. But they never want to get gone. They'd be like, why you cheat on me? Don't cheat on me no more. No, they never wanted to leave and shit. And I didn't get that shit, and now I get it. It's because I was being a real player, man. I'm a fucking bad boy, man. You can't tie me down. I don't want to be tied down. I see that shit. And now, though, I do want to have a family, find a good woman, settle down, have some more kids. I have a daughter. She's amazing. She's 20, though, now. So, you know, I can start another family, and she can be part of that family. She is going to be part of that family, but I can get with another woman and have children, and that's what I want to do in this part of my life. But I know, though, to get me a bad bitch, one that's going to continue to work out, she's going to know that she's going to, that fitness is part of her lifestyle. It's everything that's a part of my lifestyle, she has to have that in her life already, and she has to know that that's going to be maintained throughout the rest of her life with me, because it's going to be fucking awesome, because I'm going to be at that level where fitness, finances, family, my faith, you know, they're all top priorities, and I'm gonna maintain like that a level of excellence in all of those priorities. So she is going to have to, you know, adhere to those fucking standards and shit. And the type of woman that I'm gonna find is gonna be okay with that, because that's the way her life's gonna be. You know, she's gonna have high standards. She's gonna be fit already, doing things that keep her fit. So it's just gonna be a continuation of her life, but now with me. And we're going to have similar values, and we're going to have children, and we're going to raise them with those morals and values that create good human beings, you know, living with boundaries and shit like that, and standards, you know, but also knowing that giving and living with fun and love in your heart, and excitement for creation, and being productive, and striving for levels of excellence. We're going to raise kids like that and send them out to the world. So it's a beautiful thing, you know. All built upon the things that I have to do as a man for myself, that I'm working on, and that are a part of me just because I am a man, you know, and I was raised by a man. And now that I've been shook and woken up by the Holy Spirit from all this blue pill nonsense, this fucking matrix shit that has where the feminism is and women are over men, where it's like, no, nobody's really over, but especially in traditional relationships, men lead. And in this world, men are leaders, men are builders. We're the ones who have been building and creating and leading the society for thousands and thousands of years, in all societies, ever since we were called humans and stepped out of those fucking caves and started building fires and societies, you know what I'm saying? It was all led by men, and women were there raising the families. We've always done it. It worked well. We never oppressed women. We fucking were guarding and protecting women while we were making the fucking world safe, so that you guys could just walk around freely and have all of these freedoms, you know, at least in the Western world. So that's what's going on here and shit. And I know I went on a fucking rant. Let's get back to the video.
Women don't run around and sport fuck most of the time. Now, can some girls do it? For sure. But most of the time, if I line up 100 chicks,
we don't like hoes.
Now,
wait.
switch on other.
We love hoes to fuck and shit, but yeah, we don't want to wife you hoes. You know, a hoe don't make a good wife though, too, man. A lot behind that. A lot of science behind that, man. A hoe. You cannot make a hoe a housewife. If she's a hoe, best believe that she's going to continue to be a hoe. She might be able to quelch it and stop it for a little bit. She might be able to, man. And the good ones might be able to stretch it for a good 2, 3, 5 years maybe. But she's going to eventually want to go back to the streets, you know. Look at Sierra. She's a mother. She became a Christian. And now she back doing videos shaking her ass on top of a Jeep like she's not somebody's mama and shit. So hoes are good for fucking, not for wifing. Just trust and believe, man.
That's how with men.
If you're thinking about it, or if you're with a girl that was a hoe, you know what I'm saying? Really reconsider before you get your heart fucking broke, nigga. You know, and then don't be mad at me that you stay with that bitch.
Dudes, most of them are gonna want a main chick and then have sex with as many girls they can get. Most guys can't pull that off, though. So that's how I know that if a 10, she should have a high value man by her side and a ring and his last name.
Hold on. Costa Rica, go ahead.
What's up?
I know you got something to say. I can see it.
I don't even know where we're at anymore. I'm so deep into the conversation.
We're talking about women being delusional of their own self-worth.
Okay,
1 out of 10.
it's a complicated question because, like, to me, honestly, like, we're all different. Everybody got a different mentality. I feel like confidence doesn't really have a lot.
But the simple fact is, you're not all 10s. Simple. What are you? What would you truly rate yourself if you took away all the social media and all the dudes wanting to fuck you? Knowing how much you exercise, knowing the type of food you eat, knowing the type of life you live, what would you really rate yourself? That's what he's trying to get to.
A lot to do with
She's
it.
talking around
in
it.
this day and age, and this world that we live in, and this social media based kind of concept that we have, like this world, it does have to do with numbers, 1s through 10s. So I think you have learned to categorize yourself in some sort of fucking number, whatever. But to be honest, like, everyone's different. Like, yes, like I said, confidence can be there. Confidence can be at the top of your game. I have confidence. I got confidence. I also know that I'm not.
See, but you can be a 3 and have confidence. You know, confidence doesn't have to correlate with, you know, only a 10s have confidence. No, you can be a 3 and be working on yourself and have started to accomplish, you know, certain goals that you have set for yourself and see that you're setting them and that you've set yourself up to keep setting them. And you can be a 3 knowing that you're on the rise, and you can have confidence and go into being a 4 and a 5 and a 6 with that confidence the more you work on yourself. So you can have confidence at different levels. It doesn't mean because you have confidence that you also assume that you're a fucking 10. You know, you can do that. That's how life works. So just because you have confidence doesn't mean that you're a fucking 10, lady.
Top of the line. I know there's women way more beautiful than me, and I know we're all beautiful. But I know there's women with different features.
Not all. Not all.
No.
Shut
up.
Yeah, it's no, definitely not all.
Nah, okay, but there's somebody for everybody. Anyways, like, you know, like, we all got, like,
there might be something beautiful about everybody, you know? Like, hey, you know, even though you're fucking pimply faced or morbidly obese, hey, you got pretty eyes. You know, you got nice hands or something. But, you know, that don't make you beautiful. And again, on reality ratings, not everybody's going to be a 10, so what would you rate yourself, ladies? And they can't give an answer. Like, to any of the ladies watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, can you truly give yourself a rating that's not a 10 and not an 8? Because if you really think about the scale, you know, Myron says it a lot, you know, think about it. 8 through a 10 is like a supermodel, the most beautiful women in the fucking world. That's an 8 to a 10. So if you're going to give yourself a 7, you're saying you're just a step below the most beautiful, most popular, the most baddest women on the fucking planet. You're saying you're one step below Jennifer Lopez or women that work out daily, watch what they eat. You know, you're telling me that you're a step below. If you're going to give yourself a 7, you're one step below supermodels. So most women are going to be 3 through 6. Those are going to be your average women. And average really is a 4 and a 5. You know, 5. You know, 1 through 10. 5 is average. Most men are 5s. Most women are 5s. So that's the level. If you really are going to think about where you're at, you have to be there. You have to be. I'm in 3, 4, 5. I'm in 4, 5, 6. If I'm doing real bad, I'm in 3. You know, I'm average right now. I'm average because I haven't been working on shit. I've been a weed smoking, couch sitting, alcoholic, drinking, you know, coke snorting, punk ass dude over here these last couple of years. So I'm average. I barely started. I quit drinking and doing drugs, and I've started working out. You know, it's been a year. It's been a little over a year that I've been sober and stuff, and I've been building. But you know, I have money in stocks. I'm looking to invest and how to, you know, well, I'm saving up to start investing in real estate. I'm going to continue putting money in stocks. Continue working on my fitness. I'm working on this channel. I'm working on my music. You know, Apocalypse Phoenix, Me My Ego on Spotify, Apple, Tidal, Deezer, all the music streaming sites. You know, go check it out, man. Especially if you're fucking stoner, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, man. And the album, you know, I'm gonna keep working on my music. You know, so there's things that I'm doing now as a 5 that I'm working on to elevate and lift myself. You know, and that's what I'm doing. That's why I've been watching podcasts like these and videos where, you know, I'm seeing the real. I'm seeing through the fake shit. I'm seeing through the matrix. You know, I've taken that RP. You know, I am a patriot of the United States. I'm a Christian. You know, if you want to say anything, I'm looking more into libertarian, being a libertarian. But as far as things go now, I vote more on conservative side. So yeah, I'm getting my shit in order to elevate myself, and as I grow and the things that I have grow, like the car that I drive is different, you know, more fancy. The place that I live is bigger. You know, I moved from an apartment to a house. You know, I'm gonna have properties that I'm invested in and that are giving me returns. And I have money just sitting in the bank, just a big pile of it, just growing and growing and growing, and things are good. And I have, you know, over 10,000 subscribers, 20,000, 100,000 subscribers, and things like that. And my music is selling, you know, streaming on the platforms, and I'm performing all throughout the West Coast and hopefully throughout the nation and the world, you know, within 5 years, you know, and I just keep working and growing. You know, the more that those assets and things grow, the more it's going to look, oh, yes, yeah, he has it. But the thing is, like, the kind of person that I've become to do those things is why, you know, is why I'm going to be able to do those things. You know what I'm saying? It's because as a person, I'm more responsible, more accountable, more disciplined, you know, more focused, you know, and so because I'm that kind of person, that's what's going to make me an even more and more of an extraordinary type person that's able to create businesses that give other people opportunities to live a life, you know, and work in a work environment that's awesome, because I'm going to be a fucking dope boss. I'm going to be hard. I'm going to make sure everything fucking runs smoothly. Fuck yeah, I'm going to be on my shit, but I know I'm going to be good. I'm a good person. Like I said, I'm very charismatic. It's easy to like me. I love people, you know. So I do this out of the love for people, and tough love is necessary a lot of the times. I'm finding out it's necessary for me, and it's necessary for a lot of other people. So, you know, fuck your feelings. I'm sorry if I offend you sometimes, but I'm gonna say what the fuck I gotta say so we can get the fuck done what needs to be done, because that's just the way the world works. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck up, buck up, Bart, buck up, Bart. So yeah, man, and back to the video.
I don't know, dude. It's hard to explain. Like, everybody got their own form of rating themselves. Like, we all got a different fucking
And that's a problem,
checklist.
though. Yeah, but that's... But
why is that a problem, though? Like, y'all
because-
the niggas making the checklist.
Yeah.
So
thank
now
you.
we're going down the fucking line. Like, oh yeah,
Here's
here's
the
a
thing.
5,
Here's the thing.
Like, I'm fuck. Like, what?
Here's the thing. When men
But you're happy to
say
give
what
yourself
they
a
like in
10,
women or
when
whatever,
we're fucking telling you
y'all
you're not a
wanna-
10, now you get all fucking mad.
But then you guys want to go ahead and arbitrarily assign a number to yourself based off what you think a man finds attractive. Here's a cold hard reality: your confidence, your ambition, how much money you earn, your alpha female persona. It's not really relevant. These are things you look for in a man, but men don't necessarily look for that in you. So women
Right.
always make the mistake of thinking that attraction is symmetrical. It's not. It's asymmetrical. We look for different things in the opposite.
Get that in your head. Get that in your head. Attraction is not symmetrical. You know, men are visual creatures. We're hunters. We're the ones that overcome. We're the ones that are built for that. And so to be the kind of guy that a woman is attracted to, you have to have something about yourself as a man. You have to have some kind of confidence. That confidence has to come from somewhere. It comes from you knowing that you're good at something, you know, and so you walk with that confidence, and those things attract women. For women, we don't like confident women, because again, if we see you, you know, like in a grocery store or something, we're more attracted to that feminine woman, that girl that's kind of quiet with her head down, like you know, we walk around the corner, we catch eyes, and it's like, whoa, hey, you know, and then the girl kind of like gives a smile and drops her eyes and turns away, like, you know, we look for that kind of girl. We don't want the girl that's like staring back like, what's up? I mean, if the girl kind of does that, if we look at a girl and we're like, yo, and she kind of looks back at us and she's like, hey, like we'll pursue, but we know, oh, this is smash. This girl's a hoe. She wants to fuck. We know she's down. We know, you know. So yeah, we'll pursue that, but it's for fucking. But if we're looking for the kind of girl that we want as a wife, you know, the shit we're attracted to, the qualities that we look for, is that girl that smile, gives a little cute little smile, and kind of drops her eyes and turns away, and that so it's like, okay, she's attracted. It's on. You know, she wants me to approach, because, you know, men approach women, and it takes confidence from a man to approach a woman, and then so you know that woman's kind of waiting, her anxiety's up, tension is building, and the, you know, you women like that. It's happening for the men too, and we like it. It's a challenge we know we have to overcome. You know, for women, your kind of excitement, everything comes from, is it gonna happen? You know, waiting for it. Is it gonna happen? What's it gonna happen? What's it gonna be like? And even a lot of times we'll approach, even though a lot of times when you give us the little ooh and the cute lot, when we approach, it's you guys still kind of like, yeah, what do you want? You know, type stuff. But again, we all know it's part of the game. So if it's a guy, if you're a guy that's good, if you're a guy with confidence, you're gonna be like, well, you know, I wanted your number. You know, you're looking kind of cute today. Yada yada yada. I like your hair. I like your outfit. You know, you got some style. You're looking real cute. Want to get your number? Can I get your Instagram? You know, I like to go with the gram. It's a lot better, you know, than the number nowadays. You know, to my dudes, that's a little, you know, a little tip there. Throw that out there. You know, just get the gram. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not like back in the day where you get the number, you call her, you ask for a date. You know, you get the gram. You know, use it to get the date. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need the phone number nowadays, unless you're dealing with the older woman, say 35 and up. You know, they still like getting phone calls. But if you're